Due to illness, the roles of the nice guys on Business Today will be played by Kim Kardashian and a chimpanzee. We apologize for the inconvenience.
And I don't know how dispensaries work, and you might not either. And Strick, I don't know if you do, but how do you just walk in and you just buy what you want?
Yeah, I actually went into one in Las Vegas last time I was there just to go see the experience, see what it was all about, right?
And what is the experience all about?
I'm going to put it right on the line. There's been a lot of complaints already. Fooling around on the course, bad language, smoking grass, poor caddying. If you guys want to get fired, just keep it up. If you want to get replaced by golf carts or the nice guys on business, just keep it up. Need an education on how to grow your business? The nice guys are here to help. Learn about great customer service, networking, and how just being nice can help you prosper. Now, here are your hosts, Doug Sandler and Strickland Bonner.
Welcome back. Welcome back. My name is Strickland Bonner. On the other side of the microphone, Mr. Doug Sandler. And Mar is joining us again today. Hey, Mar, good morning.
Hey, hey, hey.
Okay, so we have a topic list. We have leftovers from Tuesday, but Doug wants to jump in because we stumbled across the Afroman positive remix of Because I Got High. Basically, he changed the lyrics around to say all the positive things that will come from the legalization of marijuana, which is happening in many states already. And Doug would like to discuss it right now. So, Doug, go.
Well, as I'm listening to the lyrics, and I've never really listened to the lyrics on either the original version or the remix version, but what I'm hearing from the new version, and Nice Guy Community, Strickland, maybe what you can do is put in the show notes the actual positive version link.
The link. Yeah, I'll put the link in there.
I was thinking that maybe they're just going to have an anti-drug message, and that's not what it was. And then certainly I was not expecting it to be that way. But the other side of it is they're saying, hey, there's going to be less drug dealers, less gangbangers, less people that are creating a violent world because we are legalizing pot. Now, I don't even know that to be true. Do you?
I don't think that okay, so the song has about 5 verses to it, and each verse is referencing something else that is positive about the legalization of pot. Now, the one you happen to hear was that. Now, the way I heard that verse was not necessarily there are going to be fewer gangbangers, but that if I'm buying pot anyway, that I'm not going to have to now go into the city and deal with these gangbangers to buy my pot. So to me, look, I see that positive a little, but that's kind of minor. The other ones, and by the way, you need perspective, especially in this world now today.
I'm also looking at this as though the guys that are seriously smoking weed, the ones that are really into the whole situation, the whole culture, I don't see them walking into a store and buying pot, and that is their only interface with the drug. Because I think that it becomes more of it's an entire lifestyle for these guys. Not for Afroman. I have no idea but for many people that are hardcore dyed in the wool, the ones that are dealing with gangbangers and running downtown, are you telling me they're still not going to be doing that? They're still going to be messed up with because whether it's marijuana or another drug, it is a gateway release into something else. They're not doing it just for the sake of getting high.
Doug, man, we may not even get to another topic this episode because you and I obviously have very, very different viewpoints on this. And I'm very curious to hear what you have to say, because give me the avatar of this person that you speak of. The hardcore pot person. Because, by the way, I know I'm a musician. I've been a musician for the last 30 years, right? Yeah. And I know a lot of musicians that smoke a lot of pot.
Okay. All right. So are you telling me that the friends that you have or the people that you know that are in the band world are dealing with gangbangers and drug dealers on a corner downtown? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't know
they're calling up their friend David, who lives in the suburbs,
right,
in Potomac, Maryland, and picking up their dime bag or nickel. Do they even say that anymore? They're picking up is there even a dime bag? Mar, is there even a dime bag anymore?
I don't know.
I'm asking your professional opinion as a doctor. Is there a dime bag?
I don't even know what a dime bag is. What's that?
I have no idea, but I've heard of it. So what I'm saying is, I don't think that these guys are your band folks are going downtown to deal with gangbangers and drug dealers. Am I wrong?
But that's not what you were just a minute ago. You were basically saying anybody who's like really into this that smokes a lot of pot.
The whole culture, the drug culture, someone that is completely immersed in the drug culture, and who is listening to Afroman?
Okay, well, you are so all over the place, Doug. Okay,
I'm
let's
not
go
all
back
over the
to
place.
this
I
culture.
think I'm being pretty consistent with my message. I'm not all over the place, and the fact that you're telling me that I'm being all over the place is making me feel like I'm not being very clear with my communication. So let's clarify. You ask me questions, and I will answer them.
Okay, all of these people in the drug culture that you speak of.
Okay.
Have you ever met any of these people of this avatar that you speak of?
No, I don't know. I don't know anybody that's in the drug culture. No,
okay,
I don't know
so
anybody in there.
you are making huge generalizations about a group of people that you've never even met one of these people. Where does this impression of these people come from that you speak of?
I am just remembering back to my college days. Whenever I wanted to buy weed, I did not deal with a drug dealer downtown that was a gangbanger. I called David in Potomac and I picked it up, or whoever it was.
Okay, so that's perfect. So, because to me, the first thing you said, it sounded like you were basically saying, hey, anybody that's really into this weed culture, it's a gateway drug and they're going to deal with gangbangers and the other shit. But now it sounds like you're saying the opposite.
Sorry. If it came across that way, that was
did.
so totally not what I meant. That was not the direction I was going in. What I was saying is, okay, all right. You have more questions for me?
Okay, good. Well, no. So now what it sounds like is you're basically saying, dude, anybody that smokes pot, whether they do it casually or whether they do it all the time, even if it's somebody that smokes pot all the time, they're not going down to the corner and dealing with gangbangers and shit. That's a whole nother culture. Which I agree with, by the way, but it sounded like you were saying the opposite. It sounded like you were saying anybody that gets high all the time, it's just a gateway drug to something else, and it doesn't matter if they can get it from the store because they're going to go to these gangbangers anyway.
The guys that are troubled by the gangbangers and the drug dealers on the corner at downtown, I don't think anything in their life changes by these pot locate. What do they call them? Dispensaries? What are they? What are they exactly?
But it sounds like what you're saying is that these people that you've never met, you're saying that it's not just pot, that there's so many other things that they need or want or are going to do.
That's what I'm thinking. Am I
well,
wrong?
that's different. Okay.
I apologize
I'm not saying that you're wrong.
if I was misleading with my comments, and I don't feel like I'm flipping on what I'm saying. Maybe I'm being more clear now.
No, I think you're clarifying what you're saying now, but I think it's not, at least I don't think it's the focus of the discussion. In other words, what you're saying is, anybody who is out there doing crack or doing heroin, this isn't going to help them, which I agree with, but that's not what we're really talking about, is it?
No, we're talking about the guys that are buying weed from the corner guy downtown that are immersed in the drug culture. Other than just buying, let me phrase it differently. I don't think for the guy that is in the drug culture that having a dispensary is going to change their life. I don't see them necessarily walking into the dispensary to pick up their pot. I think that they're going to still continue to go to the drug dealer. Are we saying that because, I guess the proof will be in the results. By opening up these dispensaries, do you feel like, Strick, Mar, maybe help me out here, do you feel like there will be a lesser concentration of drug dealers on the corner because pot is being taken to a dispensary? What do you guys think?
No, I think that is totally not the focus of that happened to be the one verse that you happened to hear.
Well, I heard it, so I'm thinking, why is that even in the song? Listen, you can sing whatever you want to sing about, but it just, to me, it's so frustrating to me when I hear like somebody say something like, hey, we'll no longer have any gangbangers or dealers on the corner because we're going to put it in a dispensary, and I'm going to turn this into a positive message. Fuck that. I don't see that happening. Even to the extreme degree. I think you're going to have just as many drug dealers. As a matter of fact, I think that you may have more people smoking pot now because there's dispensaries than less people. That's what I think.
And now you're kind of all over the place again because you're like, okay, are you talking about drug dealers or are you talking about how many people are smoking pot?
I'm talking about the users of marijuana. I don't care about the drug dealers. Fuck those guys. I don't care about them. I'm talking about people that are using. I'm not talking at all about the drug dealers. I'm talking about the people buying pot. You're going to have a dispensary open up. Are people going to go to the dispensary or are they going to go to the drug dealer? And what I'm saying to you is the people that were dealing with drug dealers, I think they're going to continue dealing with drug dealers.
Do you realize that you're, at least the way I hear your conversation, you're talking about two completely different groups of people? Okay, you're talking about people who are now going to the gangbangers to get their drugs, and you're talking about people who are smoking marijuana, which you have agreed that they are two independent groups of people.
They are two independent groups of people.
Which I agree with 100%. So what I heard from that verse of the Positive Remix was, Afroman, me personally, will not have to go to the gangbangers to get my pot anymore. Okay.
Thank goodness for Afroman.
The fact that he's basically saying,
Hey, Mark. Hey, hold on a second. Mark, do you have your pen anywhere near you? I need you to scribble a couple of notes. Could you do that?
Yes, I got you.
Okay, good. Can you see if we can get Afroman on the show?
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'll see if I can find him.
Yeah, let's see if we can find Afroman. Mar, I think that if anybody can find Afroman, you probably can.
Okay, so trying to boil down your objection, what I really hear you saying, and Mar, tell me if I'm on crack that I feel like Doug is all over the place with this. All right, maybe I'm hearing him totally wrong, but what I'm hearing you say ultimately, Doug, is that, hey, I don't think Afroman really does right now before pot is legalized. I don't think he has to go to gangbangers to get his pot. That's really ultimately what you're saying, right? I think he is exaggerating the situation because I'm quite sure that he can call Joe down in Potomac to get his pot. He doesn't have to deal with the gangbangers right now.
You are
so
probably right. Hey,
okay.
Mar,
and that I agree with.
I'm looking at Afroman on Twitter. He actually only has a few thousand followers, so he might be actually a good channel to reach out to him.
Okay.
Nice guy community. Reach out to Afroman in addition to Mar. Mar's going to lead the charge here, but what I earned he earned a Grammy nomination in 2002 for Because I Got High.
Are you kidding? He got a Grammy nomination?
No,
for that?
Grammy Award nomination in 2002. Best known for the hit single Because I Got High, which earned him a Grammy nomination in 2002. Holy shit.
That's funny as shit. I can't believe that was nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see.
That.
Yeah, he you know what? He possibly I don't see many tweets that he's put out, but he's put out a few hundred tweets. I think we might be able to get this guy on the show.
I don't think he's doing much. Yes, I don't think it would be hard to get him on.
Oh my gosh. And then maybe he'd give us permission to use it on the show.
Well,
and
anyway, then we wouldn't
He's
have to
probably
get kicked
mad
off
at
of
you for
YouTube.
using it on the show.
That's right. Let's get him compensated for using it on the show.
Yeah, we can pay him the 12 cents we owe him in royalties, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the other things that the verses say, and Doug, I'm curious to get your take on this, if we can get away from the gangbangers, because
sure, absolutely.
I agree, he's totally stretching with that. It's not going to change that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But the other verses, he basically says, hey, it can help your glaucoma, and we have people that used to have anxiety attacks, and now it's better. It's going to bring money into the state, like basically people are going to go to the dispensary and it's being taxed, and so it's going to help build schools. And I agree with all of that stuff. And by the way, this is somebody, I don't smoke, right? I don't enjoy, and it's certainly not a moral thing, right? Like I don't enjoy getting high, so I don't do it, but I am 100% for the legalization of it, because then it is regulated and then the state is making money off of it. And hopefully we can stop putting so much money into the drug wars to focus on pot, right? Like how many hundreds of millions of dollars are we putting into drug enforcement to try to stop pot from coming across the border? Who gives a fuck? All right. You're not going to stop it and it's going to keep coming. So let's take all that money and just focus on like the cocaine and heroin, because I really think we should do our best to keep that shit out of the country.
So it's still coming across the border. So you're saying let's ignore it by legalizing it.
Well, okay, that's not the primary. I'm not saying that we should, but I hear what you're saying. I'm not saying that we should legalize it because it's coming in anyway. I think we should legalize it because, first of all, I don't feel that it's like a gateway drug. I don't feel personally that it's any worse than alcohol, which, by the way, there are a lot of alcoholics out there. I'm not saying that you can't get addicted to pot or that you can't do it too much, but I don't think it's any worse than alcohol.
No, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I just, the song, I really think that we should let Afroman speak for himself. So let's just table the conversation right here. Let's get him officially. Let's see if we can get him on the show. I think it would be great. And maybe, Mar, while you're doing that, could you just tweet at Drake also? Let's just see if we can. I don't think Drake is good.
But I'm curious as to what your thoughts are on this, Doug. Like, how do you feel about the legalization of marijuana as it's being legalized in many states already?
Geez. I think that Afroman and Donald Trump should walk lockstep together in fighting the battle against the drugs that are coming into the states. I don't think that legalization of marijuana is going to do anything for the import or export of drugs and money over the border. What I do think is going to happen is the state has and feds have, I don't know, is it state level or federal level? Who's getting the money? State
level right now, because it's still illegal according to the feds.
Okay. So I think that it will make the state money, which they say is going to probably be I guess what they're saying is it's going to be funneled into education, right? Anti-drug education. It's so fucked up. I mean, it's like the cigarette lobby is created and part of their defense is, well, we're going to create an environment that we're going to teach people how to not smoke. You know what? Let's teach people how to not smoke by taking fucking cigarettes off of the market and make them illegal. And again, I don't know that they're looking at education. Where are they putting the money that's going into infrastructure, into building roads that people are just going to crash their cars into because they're stoned?
Well, it's up to the state, man. You're just like,
I'm just like, I don't understand the whole legalization of marijuana. So for me, I don't understand the legalization of marijuana or any drugs. Let's get rid of them. Just get rid of them. So are you saying, hey, we can't beat them. Let's just join them by legalizing this?
Okay, so alcohol. You think we should ban alcohol? We should go back to prohibition?
No, I'm not saying we should ban alcohol or go back to prohibition.
Okay, so what's the difference between alcohol and pot then? Because pot has been designated as a drug, and alcohol in the 1920s during prohibition was designated as a drug, but we changed our mind.
What would happen if we just don't do anything? What would happen?
Answer the question. What's the difference?
I don't know the answer to the question.
No, but you just asked the question. Why don't we just ban them all? Okay, so let's ban cigarettes and let's ban pot, right? Because they're drugs. I mean, that's what you just said. Let's just ban them. What about alcohol? Should we ban alcohol also?
I don't know. I'm okay with alcohol because it's been in the system for so long, and it's been so. If you said, well, 100 years from now, if pot's been in the system for this long, why wouldn't it be? Why is it okay to keep it legal or make it illegal? I don't know. I don't think there's a right answer to this. I just know that the idea behind bringing pot or making pot legal to create a different revenue source for the state, will it work? I have never seen anything done by the state that actually turns into a positive. They put gambling into and we don't have to get into the gambling tangent from here. But the example is, if let's say that they're using pot, the revenue that's created through marijuana sales in the state is the same as what they've created for legalizing gambling in the state, legalizing gambling so that they can take the money and put it into a better infrastructure for the state. Well, that didn't work in Atlantic City in New Jersey. It doesn't work in Maryland. I haven't seen any benefit from it for Maryland. It doesn't work for really anything that we have going on. Why are we doing this?
Okay, so you say that. Let's say that the state of Maryland, which has over the last 3 or 4 years has legalized certain forms of gambling. We have a couple casinos. Where do you think the money's going? Like you say, it hasn't done any good. I don't know if it has or not. I'm not arguing that it has done good because I have no idea where it's gone. But the money is coming in. I mean, we've got hundreds of millions of dollars
money is
taxed
coming
from
in,
the casinos.
and
where's
the
it going?
majority of the money is going to the companies that are making the money. The majority of the money is going to. So they earmarked a couple of bucks for education, and look at what it's done for Baltimore City schools. Jack shit. It's done nothing for the Baltimore City school system.
Where's the money going?
I have no idea where the money's. I'd like to know. I'd love to know where the money is going that's doing good. Show me something. Why aren't they making a bigger deal of where the money is going and how they're doing good doing well for the economy? I don't see it in the spots where they say that they're going to put money and make it really count. I don't see any change. I see that the area is more built up right where they are, where the casino is. They made really nice parking lots by where the Horseshoe Casino is. But I don't see it. I looked at the budget for the school programs that I have. The budget for the school programs that I have for educating the youth in the elementary school systems, it's gone. I mean, every program that I've had and that I've heard of for educating and creating an environment where kids could learn and the infrastructure of the schools, it still sucks. So to me, I haven't seen anything. Prove to me that shit has been done right. I shouldn't have to prove to you that something is still wrong. Prove to me what you've done. Not you specifically, Strickland. I'm talking about obviously about the casinos and I want to see the benefit dollar for dollar. Tell me where the money is going and show me. Give me through social proof. Show me the dollars that marijuana is going to make in this state, in the state of Maryland, which is where it's just coming in right now. Take me to Colorado. Colorado, how long have they been doing it?
Over a year now.
So take me to Colorado. Show me the good that having the dispensaries are doing in Colorado. Show me what good is being done. And if you can show me what good is being done, I'll shut up and I'll apologize. But I don't see it.
Well, I'm going to have to do a little research on that. But I was really just curious, personally, morally, what you thought of it. Like, you're thinking the step ahead. You're thinking like, hey, we can do this, but it won't do any fucking good. So why do we fucking do it? Right? I'm thinking personally, how do you feel about forget where the money's going to go. All right. Let's.
I have a good idea. Why don't we use the sale of marijuana to help keep our fucking healthcare costs down? I'm going from spending $700 a month for a couple, two of us, to $1,000 a month next year. I just got my notice. I can't even pick my insurance companies yet. They've already showed me the notice that my rates are going up, but they can't tell me any of my options yet for 2018.
Yeah. Do you know why they're going up? Because all the insurance companies are scared shitless that Trump is changing things around and is going to take away any of the, extra stuff to basically help fund for
we're totally all over the place
people.
right now. So right. We are totally all over the place right now.
So, dude, let's get back to it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the legal? Because Mar, I'm really dying to hear your opinion too. Because Mar made a comment before we started recording that like everywhere you go, and she lives in the San Francisco area, that's like, you smell pot everywhere. Like people are out on the street smoking it all the time because she's in California.
Where in California or where in San Francisco can you get pot if you want to? Do you have to go to a dispensary or do you have to go to the drug dealer downtown with the gangbangers?
Yeah, so I don't go buy it, but I've seen the dispensaries set up. There's a lot in Berkeley and San Francisco and Oakland.
And I don't know how dispensaries work, and you might not either. And Strick, I don't know if you do, but how do you just walk in and you just buy what you want?
I don't know, I guess.
Yeah, I actually went into one in Las Vegas last time I was there just to go see the experience, see what it was all about, right?
And what is the experience all about?
So, like, first of all, you gotta show them your ID and they gotta write all the information down, which, they could give to the feds down the road, right? But It's really, according to them, which makes sense, that it's about security and they got to make sure that you're allowed to. And at least in Vegas, and I'm sure every state's a little bit different, right? In Vegas, there's like two different levels of product you can get. One is if you have a medical card, and the other is if you're just walking in off the street, right? Now, if you have a medical card, you can get stuff that's stronger. Whereas it's the strength of it is limited if you don't have a medical card, right?
Interesting.
So you walk in and like
hold on, we got to put more water in it.
Right. I don't know how that shit works, but like they test it and they tell you all, like there's a menu of like different types, I guess, and the strengths, like what the percentage of THC is, and like I don't even remember, like, because I just wasn't paying that much attention. Like if it's a more mellow high, or it gives you energy or whatever. And then they've also got edibles, like they've got gummies and they've got chocolate and stuff. And you have to do cash. So it's like, they don't want you jacking your credit card up just to go get high. But like you buy what you want. I mean, that's it. That's how it works.
Hey, as long as it keeps us away from the gangbangers and the drug dealers downtown, I'm feeling good.
I'm still just very curious as to what your opinion of this is. Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea?
Me or Mar?
You, Doug. Like, you keep avoiding it. You're like, well, they're not going to do anything with the money anyway. Well, they're not going to get the money anyway. Well, dude, forget all that. Like, let's say hypothetically, I mean, the money's going somewhere.
All that being aside, I would go with no. I would say no. I'm against the legalization of marijuana or any drugs for that matter. Put the money into something else. I mean, who knows?
Okay, but wait a minute. Well, let's back up. I'm so curious about this. This is killing me because no. Now, Why? No, because
can I give you
it's a
can
drug.
I give you my attitude about it? My attitude is I don't give a shit. Let somebody that wants to kill themselves or overuse drugs or have an easy access to a drug. I don't. What's the purpose? I mean, it's the same purpose of a liquor store. So I guess the argument that could be used against me is, well, you can walk into a liquor store and buy a bottle of vodka. Why shouldn't you be able to walk into a drugstore and buy dispensed marijuana? I don't know. It's a negative stigma that's attached to marijuana, I guess.
Well, and this is what I'm ultimately getting at, I think, with you, Doug, is that as soon as I say the word drugs, your answer is no. I believe it's because of the stigma attached. Dude, you said it a couple weeks ago. In college, you used to get high all the time, right?
I did. Right. Yeah.
Now, do you think of it still today as like a drug, as a horrible thing, as a gateway? Did it make something worse for you? I mean,
I guess my attitude should be, if you don't bother me about it, I don't give a shit what you do. If it creates a positive impact in our economy, then great. I guess that should be my attitude about it. For some reason, why would it be any different than, let's say, like something like morphine or oxycodone for those that need it? No, people should be able to have access to it. I don't want to. My concern is this, Strick. My concern, and again, maybe this is a complete 180 change for what I just said just a moment ago, but my feeling is people that want to abuse shit are going to abuse shit. And I hate to have these dispensaries just for people to get stoned. I love the idea of having it as a world that people can walk into if they need to for relief from pain and cancer and the other things that they have going on in their life that are creating havoc. Now, there's a definition there too. What if somebody's mentally challenged and they need to be able to have this to ease their anxiety? Yeah, maybe so. Just the idea that I know what's going to happen. It's going to be an abused system, just like every other fucking system that we've created. So that's my biggest problem. Do I have a belief that drugs are bad and should never be used? Fuck no, I don't. I mean, yeah, it would be great. A recreational user, go ahead, enjoy yourself. But I just don't like the idea that we're creating a system for drugs to be put into our economy and into our world as opposed to trying to deal with the reality of it which is most of these drugs are going to be abused, and you and I both know it.
When I go into Home Depot or Lowe's and I buy a drill, right? Am I buying a drill?
I know.
I don't want a drill. I want a hole. Right?
Right. You've already done this one before.
Here's what I hear you saying. Here's how it applies to what you're saying. Every time you say the word drugs, right? Your perception, again, what you're saying is drugs equals bad. Okay. When I walk into Lowe's and I buy a drill, well, okay, here's a great example. Chainsaw. I'm afraid of chainsaws. Chainsaws are fucking scary. Okay. I do not want to deal with chainsaws. I don't like them. There are hundreds of thousands of people that use chainsaws in their work every day, and they feel they're perfectly safe. Guns, actually, even a better example. I will never own a fucking gun. I don't want a gun, right? I don't have any problem with you owning one, but I'm fucking, not just because I'm scared of them.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, you say guns to me, and I have a bit of a negative connotation, but it doesn't mean I don't want anybody else to have them.
Right.
Drugs have this connotation for you. I personally don't see the difference between pot and alcohol. Alcohol is a drug. It just happens to be a legalized, regulated drug. But when you say drugs, you put marijuana in the category of drugs and you don't put alcohol in the category of drugs.
I guess the way that I'm looking at it also is it's not just from a user's perspective, it's from the creator of the system's perspective too. Somebody is going to get rich from the sale of marijuana, and you know it's not going to be the dispensary, and you know the only person to benefit from the getting high is not just the person getting high. It's the state, it's the feds. They're trying desperately to figure out, or the state in this case, they're trying to figure out desperately more ways in which to make money. You know, I think gambling and drugs and anything else that creates a lottery, you know, it's like bad idea. It's just a bad idea. I never see the result of it, or at least they don't promote enough the result of it so that I can see it. Our roads still suck. Our schools still suck. You know, our neighborhoods are, you know, it's just, to me, yes, the negative connotation isn't just for the drugs. It's by whoever is going to be actually administering this. I just think it's all you got to do is pick up the phone. The state's asking you to fax your tax documents to them. They don't even fucking use email right now. I mean, they want you to fax shit. like they're not going to do it right, and it's going to be horrible. So that's my bad attitude for the day.
So your answer is they're going to fuck it up, so let's not even try it. We know it's going to get fucked up, so I don't even want to try it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Their track record is past performance will dictate future results in this case, because I've never seen the state do something that they've done it right. They just don't do it right.
So I'm looking, because you see,
Easy Pass. No, they've done Easy Pass right. Thank you, Easy Pass. People that have created that for the state, you did a good job on that. Thank you. Okay, I said something good.
The way I look at it,
yeah,
the money's going to the state. Okay, it has to go somewhere, right?
I'd rather it go to the drug dealer, Strickland.
And so, because you know what the alternative of that is?
What is it?
Your taxes go up.
Oh, why is that? Why is that my option?
Let's say, hypothetically, because I'm looking at an article in the Baltimore Sun right now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The money since 2008 it's been quite a few years since it's been legalized, right? $1.7 billion has come from taxing the casinos in Maryland over the last 6, 7, 8 years, whatever it is, right?
Right.
Where I don't know if that money went into education. What you're saying is you don't see it, so you don't think it did, right? But it went somewhere to the budget. Mm-hmm. If we didn't have that $1.7 billion, how do you think what's the alternative? The alternative is we would have had fewer services somewhere.
Let me just respond to that. Why have my taxes gone up instead of down as a result of that?
Well, wait a minute. Your taxes have gone up, is what you're saying, but you don't know that it's a result of that.
I know that I don't see that being. Yeah, maybe would my taxes have gone up more as a result of not having that $1.8 billion into the casinos?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
I mean, but I don't think you can make a direct correlation between your taxes going up and the fact that we're collecting money from the casinos.
No, I know. You're right. You're 100% right.
I mean, I'm a practical guy, right? Now, if the answer is, and by the way, I'm going to have to do some more research and come back to this next week because I think it's really interesting. The one thing that it could be is, let's say that we got $1.7 billion from the casinos over the last 8 years or whatever, right? Well, maybe there have been other offsets that we've given them. Like the state says, you don't have to pay these taxes because you're going to pay those taxes instead. Okay, well, ultimately, maybe that $1.7 billion is not that we've brought that much more revenue in, that it's offset other stuff that we've given away. Okay, that would be fucked up. And yes, that would be bad. But it's like the money's there. Okay. What if we didn't have it? Maybe the schools would be even worse off. Oh, right? That's all I'm saying. That's, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you. I think that I know that there's money there. I don't know where the money is going or if the money is being utilized properly or how it's working. But go back to what you just said just a moment ago, is that they're going to fuck it up, so they may as well not do it anyway. I guess that's my attitude.
Right, but what's the alternative?
All this started because of an Afro check.
It all gets back to what's the alternative. So apparently this year, with the new MGM casino that opened like a year ago, the state of Maryland, it's estimated that we're on a pace to contribute $500 million this year to the state budget, right?
All right.
Where would that money come from if we didn't have it?
But let's look at it this way also. Go into that casino. You've been in there. I know you've been in there, right? Okay. The people playing the slot machines. The majority of the people playing those slot machines are not able to afford those slot machines. You can tell just by looking at them that they can't afford it.
Okay. So again, what's the alternative? I'm Joe, and let's say I am a low to middle income person, Joe, and I am the avatar that is in there playing that casino, and I'm playing that slot machine, right? If the slot machine's not in Maryland, what am I going to do? I'm going to catch a bus to Atlantic City. I'm going to go to Delaware. If I want to gamble, for $20, I can get on a bus to go to Atlantic City, and they're going to give me $25 to gamble in the casino.
In other words, what you're saying, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just trying to put this into the drug world that we're just in. You got the average low income to moderate income guy, Joe. And Joe is a marijuana smoker. Mm-hmm. Right now, Joe is either calling David his drug dealer or going downtown to the gangbangers and street corners to get his drugs. We may as well capitalize on that, right?
Well, that is part of it, yes. But the other part is, and again, I totally agree that it is two completely different and probably independent arguments. Argument number 2 is, look, Joe is buying pot. We're making nothing off of it. And it's going to happen. So we might as well tax it. Yes, that is absolutely my secondary argument.
Okay.
My primary argument is, for me personally, I don't see a difference between pot and alcohol. Can pot be abused? Absolutely. Can it be dangerous? Absolutely. Is it more dangerous than alcohol? I don't think so.
Who knows?
Personally.
Who knows? It's an argument that will just continue to continue on. I mean, it will. There's not going to be a guy that's against drug use and against the state for mismanaging funds in the past. It's going to be really hard to convince me otherwise that this is going to be a good thing unless I'm seeing the direct benefit. Hey, here's a great idea. On my state taxes at the end of the year, you, Doug, were going to pay $27,000 in taxes at the end of the year. Marijuana dispensary tax rebate, minus $4,000. You are now paying $23,000 as a result of it. Give me a single line item for drugs, for gambling, and for lottery, right on my tax return, so I can see how I'm being benefited for that.
It's a good idea. I like it.
I'm comfortable with that. Do you like this? Are you good with this?
I like this idea a lot. I think that is really the problem with the state right now. It's not the money, it's the spin. And they need to spin it properly. They need to basically say, hey, by the way, if the casinos weren't here and had not contributed $500 million, you would have had to pay $1,000 more in taxes. So here's your rebate of $1,000 less that you pay in taxes.
You know what? It's kind of the same thing about when you buy an electric car. When you buy an electric car, don't they give you a direct rebate right on your? Isn't there like an additional addendum that you put on your tax return?
Yes, that is correct.
See, there we go. Strickland, it took us 35 minutes to get there, but we finally got there.
Except the real question is it like that? Or is it more like, hey, I'm going to go into Nordstrom's and I see a shirt that costs $200 and it's on sale for $100. Okay, well, really, I never would have paid $200 for it initially.
No, I don't see it. No, I don't see it that way. I see it this way. I see you taking that $200 shirt up to the register, being ready to spend $200, and they said, hey, I want to let you know, it's on sale. You get $50 off. It's only $150. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's what it's like to me.
Except the difference is with taxes, they don't show you the price tag ahead of time. They just tell you what you owe at the end of the year. Hey, by the way, I want to let you know that you owe $75,000 in taxes this year. But hey, check out this line right here. You see this? I'm going to save you $5,000 off of that. What's your argument? What the fuck did I have to pay $75,000 in the first place for?
I think they fool you with that line. If they fool you with the line, they're distracting you with the $5,000 line. Don't pay attention to the $75,000 line. Here's the $5,000 you're getting back.
Hey, you know what?
Right.
You know what I'm really happy about?
What?
I'm really glad we had Mar on this episode. You've really contributed a lot, Mar.
I know.
I don't even know if she's still there. Mar, by the way, I'm saying that really as an apology. Like, obviously, Doug and I have completely ran off the rails with this topic and not even given you a moment to chime in. And so I'm apologizing because clearly we've not been
Mar was busy. She was busy. She was busy tweeting Afroman.
Not yet.
Oh my God, Mar, I'm so sorry that we have totally not involved you in this episode because we got off on this weird ass tangent.
Hey, Mar, would you like to introduce Jackie the Joke Man's joke of the day?
Oh my God, I totally forgot about it. Oh, Jesus.
No, you don't skip it. You have time.
No, we don't have to skip it. I got it right here. We might as well do it. Yeah, we got time.
Okay. All right, Mara, you want to introduce it? Because Strickland hasn't come up with the music
yet.
No,
I haven't. It's right here.
Nice guys community. Here comes Jackie the Joke Man's joke of the day.
I'm Jackie Martling here with your nice guys joke of the day. The wife's on the deck drinking a glass of wine. The husband comes out with a newspaper, sits down, and starts to read. She says, I love you. I love you so much. I don't think I could make it through a day without you. He puts down the newspaper and says, is that you talking or is that the wine talking? She says, it's me talking to the wine. You want more? Follow me at Jackie Martling. I tweet jokes every day at 4:20 p.m.
All right.
All right, you wanted intro and outro music. I got it for you.
Oh, God, thank you very much. Maybe I was thinking something more in the jingle category, though. I know. I'm being difficult.
Hey, Doug, here's the deal. You know what? You can go on to audiohero.com, and they have 25,000 clips. You find the one you like, and I'll use it.
You know what? I'm going to just focus a little bit more on sales. You just play that Afroman. That's fine.
Okay, good.
It's fine.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page on that then. Oh, my God.
I wonder if Jackie would appreciate Afroman being played. I probably would.
He tweets out at 4:20 every day. What do you think?
I have no idea what I think. It's apparent. I have no idea what I think.
Oh, God. I'm kind of exhausted after that discussion now. I don't even know what else to say.
Well, we had all of these lists, all these items on the list we have not covered. Can we have a bonus episode this week?
No, that's like more work. Our bonus episode will be episodes 4 and 5 that'll get released Saturday and Sunday if I feel like it.
Strick, we must release the Podcasters Forum into the world. We've got to.
Okay.
We've got to. So can we just promo that now so that we can release that into the wild?
Do you think anybody's still listening?
I would have to think so.
Okay.
I mean, if not, we could say at least that we did the Podcasters Forum intro and then we just play it.
Yeah.
Okay. What did we even talk about? Did we talk about equipment this time or did we talk about...
Yes, equipment,
guessing. Oh, I'm so tired. It's so exhausting. I can't muster up the strength to even talk about it.
I know. Well, we got to talk about it. So we'll get it posted as a bonus on Saturday then.
Okay.
And then we won't have to do a classic rewind episode, which you don't want to hear more of anyway.
Perfect. I didn't want to hear it anyway. So let me think about who we got together with. It was Caroline Tissot. It was it Lou Diamond? Was he on there with us?
Lou Diamond was on there, yeah.
And let's see, it was Nicole. Was Nicole Holland also there with us? Yeah.
Lou Diamond,
right.
Nicole Holland, Caroline from Shareable, and you and me, yeah.
And you and me, right, exactly. So all 5 of us, we did a Podcasters Forum about equipment that you need in order to become a podcaster, whether you're a host or a guest. So if you take a moment, check out Saturday's episode. That's this coming Saturday. We're releasing a bonus episode. It's the Podcasters Forum, and it's the 5 of us talking about equipment. It's kind of cool if you want to get into it. It would be a neat thing if you were thinking about getting into podcasting.
There you go.
I mean, at any level.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, so that's going to be Saturday. All right, so we've done... I'm so tired.
I know. Such a weird episode. If
All
this
right.
is the
Well,
first
you started
episode
it.
you've ever listened to, please go back and listen to Tuesday. It's way more entertaining than this.
Oh my gosh, we were laughing so much on Tuesday.
Yeah.
That was great. It's completely the opposite.
Yeah.
That's all right. This is hold on a second. What day is this coming out?
Today is the let me look at the calendar, the 2nd of
look at the
November.
All right, now any possible way you can determine what episode today
Oh my
is?
God, we got to be right around 500, don't we?
I know. I'm thinking the same thing. So hold on. So
I think it was 495 on Monday, right?
all right, so you're not including the bonus episodes in
No,
numbers, right?
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, I'm just making sure. So hold on a second. So let me go to
Stop
Libsyn and see where
these.
we
I've
are.
only got dates on here.
Hold on, I'll tell you. The episodes that we have,
Susan Bennett.
Friday's episode was 490. Oh, shit, Strick.
Is this episode 500?
Wait, hold on a second. Here's what you did. 495 was on Thursday, and then you did episode 495 on Friday also.
So is Susan Bennett 496?
Yeah,
God, how'd
I'm
that
gonna.
happen?
I'll fix it.
So 495
You fucked
was.
up. What do you mean? How did that happen? It's obvious.
Yeah, I screwed
All right,
it up.
I just fixed that. All right, so 496 was Friday.
So Jackie was 494. I'm renumbering them in the so we can go back and find them later.
Yep.
Jackie
So
Marley.
just so we have this, so 496 was Friday. 497 is Monday. 498 is Tuesday. 499 is Wednesday. And today is episode number 500.
And so what did
Holy
we do?
shit,
We basically took episode
we argued
500
about
and
drugs.
fucking bitched about drugs and casino money and man, talk
Wait,
about
hold
it.
500. Holy shit. Did you ever think when we recorded episode number 1, what was the day that we recorded that? Let me find out.
God, I don't
Hold
even
on a
know.
second.
That's crazy to think about.
Jesus, that was a long fucking
Long
time
fucking
ago. I
time
just
ago.
know that. Hold on. When was that exactly?
Oh, God, I got to keep track of this shit better in OneNote now.
It was February 7th, 2015.
Wow. February 7th.
It was almost February 7th was the release date. We just so you know, we got 2 downloads.
That's our birthday.
That's all we've ever gotten on February 7th. We got 2 downloads.
You and me. That was it. Now, are you sure that wasn't the pre one? Because you actually have to post an episode to get on iTunes.
Well, so here's what happened. So we on the first day that we produced or that we released, we got 2 downloads. The second day we got 5. Okay, so on the second day, and then the third day, just to knock us back down, we got 2 again. So we had 3 people that potentially listened in, and then they said, "What the fuck is this?" And then they left. So then it was just you and me again.
Oh, God. Yeah, but we were only publishing 1 a week at the time.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So let me go back to the our first episode. Our first episode now, as of today, we got our test episode. We got 2 downloads. That was you're right. That was on 2. Okay, interesting. So on 2/7, that was our test episode. That was the day that we actually got those 2 downloads. Episode number 1, which was on 2/8, the day that we got 5. Just look at the spike in listenership. We went from 5 till now. That same episode number 1 has gotten 404 downloads.
The same episode number
bad.
1? What do you mean?
Episode number 1
the
has
total
gotten
overall.
Yeah, like people have actually gone back. Whoever has gone back and listened to episode number 1, not the classic rewind version of it, but the actual original episode, 404. Very nice. Very nice. God, we suck. All right, let's wrap up here. We got some other shit to take care of, and then we'll come back. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. You've been listening to some really cool episodes. If you listened the entire week, you got Rob Holman on Monday. We had Robin Dreek yesterday, the FBI guy. Oh my gosh, so cool! Such a great interview. Evan Hackle is coming up tomorrow. You'll enjoy that episode as well. That's it. Let's get out of here. Steve O'Brien, take us out of here.
For the nice guys on business, I'm Steve O'Brien. Looks like they made it through another one. I don't know how they do it without falling asleep in the middle.